The power of focus to achieve what you want. Zen and Buddhist teachings. A wandering mind is like a lamp in the wind. Its flame flickers, unsteady, unable to cast a strong glow in any direction. In contrast, a focused mind is like a lamp enclosed within a glass case, steady, unwavering, illuminating a clear path forward. The difference between success and failure, between fulfillment and dissatisfaction, often lies in the power of focus. Focus is not merely the ability to concentrate for a fleeting moment, but the discipline to direct one's mind toward a singular purpose despite distractions, difficulties, and doubts. It is the art of gathering all mental energy and channeling it toward a goal without being swayed by unnecessary concerns. The teachings of Buddhism and Zen emphasize that suffering arises from an undisciplined mind. A person who lacks focus lives in chaos, constantly pulled in different directions by desires, fears, and external influences. But a person with focus is like a still lake, reflecting reality clearly, seeing things as they are, and moving towards what is truly meaningful. There is an ancient Buddhist saying, "He who chases two rabbits catches none." This simple yet profound truth explains why many fail to achieve what they desire. They pursue too many things at once, dividing their energy and ultimately achieving nothing substantial. But when one commits fully to a single pursuit, devoting all energy to it, success becomes inevitable. A story is often the best way to illustrate this principle. Let us explore the journey of a young man who learned this lesson through his own struggles, failures, and ultimate triumph. Once, there was a young man who dreamed of becoming the greatest archer. He had seen masters perform feats beyond imagination, shooting arrows that split a falling leaf in midair, striking distant targets with unerring precision. Inspired, he set his heart on achieving this mastery. However, his mind was restless. He admired archery, but he was also drawn to many other things. He wished to master sword fighting, to understand philosophy, to become a poet, and to earn the admiration of the world. Each day, his mind jumped from one desire to another. One morning, he would practice archery. By the afternoon, he would abandon it to study poetry. The next day, he would be drawn to the elegance of swordplay and spend hours training in that instead. Years passed, yet his skills in archery remained mediocre. Despite his efforts, he could not replicate the feats of the masters. He grew frustrated. He compared himself to others who had dedicated themselves solely to archery and found himself falling short. One day, he approached an old Zen master, hoping for guidance. The master observed him for a while and then said, "Come with me." The young man followed the master deep into the mountains. After a long journey, they arrived at a quiet riverbank. The master picked up a smooth rock and threw it into the river. "What do you see?" the master asked. "The stone sinking into the water," the young man replied. The master nodded and then, with a swift movement, flicked another stone so that it skipped across the surface, bouncing multiple times before finally sinking. "And what do you see now?" "The stone jumped many times before sinking," the young man said, puzzled. The master smiled. "The first stone went straight to its destination. The second one touched the surface many times, but eventually sank. This is the difference between a focused mind and a scattered one. If you keep changing direction, you will delay your journey. But if you commit to one path, you will reach your goal directly." The word struck the young man deeply. He realized that all these years he had been like the skipping stone, jumping from one passion to another, never committing fully. He had admired many things, but he had not dedicated himself to one thing long enough to master it. That day, he made a vow. He would focus on archery alone, with no distractions. Determined to change, the young man abandoned all other pursuits. He no longer divided his time between different skills. He woke at dawn and practiced archery until nightfall. Every thought, every action, every breath became centered on a single purpose: mastering the bow. At first, progress was slow. His mind, accustomed to distraction, rebelled against this discipline. He felt restless. He longed for variety. But he remembered the master's words and forced himself to remain on the path. Days turned into months, months into years. One evening, while practicing, he witnessed something extraordinary. He released an arrow, and before he could consciously observe it, his body had already drawn and released another, without thought, without hesitation. Both arrows flew and struck their target perfectly. He stood still, realizing something profound. His body had become one with the bow. His mind no longer wavered. His focus had transformed him. The once distant goal of mastery had now become his reality. Years later, when the young man had become a renowned master of archery, the old Zen master came to visit him. The master watched as the archer performed seemingly impossible feats. Without speaking, the master picked up a bow and handed it to him. "Shoot with your eyes closed," the master instructed. The archer hesitated. Shooting with precision required sight. But trusting his training, he took a deep breath, calmed his mind, and released the arrow. A perfect hit. The master smiled. "You have learned true focus. It is not the eye that sees the target, but the mind. The bow is no longer separate from you. You and the bow are one." The archer understood. True mastery was not just about skill, but about absolute focus. About becoming so immersed in a pursuit that one's very being merges with it. Many people struggle to achieve what they want because they fail to focus. They desire success, but divide their attention among too many things. They start projects, but abandon them halfway. They wish for discipline, but allow distractions to consume their time. The story of the archer teaches us that focus is not just about working hard. It is about removing all that is unnecessary. Just as the archer let go of all distractions and committed fully to his craft, we must let go of mental clutter and dedicate ourselves to our true goals. A Zen saying reminds us, "A river cuts through rock not because of its power, but because of its persistence." A scattered stream does nothing, but a focused river carves mountains. The power of focus is not just a concept, it is the force that shapes your destiny. Every great achievement, every moment of mastery, every success story is built on a single principle: unwavering focus. If you truly want something, do not just wish for it. Do not just dream about it. Commit to it fully. Let go of distractions. Train your mind. Trust the process. And watch as your path unfolds with clarity and power. Like the archer, you have a choice. Will you be the scattered mind chasing many things but achieving none? Or will you be the focused mind, becoming unstoppable in your pursuit? The answer is in your hands. Focus, and you will achieve what you seek.